why is it that some people crumble under pressure, while others seem to be completely unbreakable? I'll tell you right now, it has nothing to do with luck and everything to do with their daily habits. Think about it. You're constantly being hit with stress and negativity. But the shield that protects you isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. By the end of this video, you'll have 7 simple daily hacks to forge that shield and build a truly unbreakable mind. Let's be honest, the world isn't exactly designed for your peace of mind. Every notification, every news headline, every little interruption is a small crack in your mental armor. And over time, those cracks widen, leaving you feeling overwhelmed, reactive, and just drained. You start to think that this is just how life is supposed to feel. That being mentally tough, calm, and in control is something reserved for other people, for Navy SEALs, elite athletes, or superachievers. But that's a lie. Mental strength isn't a genetic gift, it's a skill. And like any skill, it's built through consistent practice. Your mind is a muscle. If you only ever expose it to comfort and ease, it gets weak. But if you intentionally train it, if you introduce small, consistent challenges, it becomes incredibly strong. It becomes unbreakable. The 7 hacks we're about to go through aren't massive, life-altering changes. They're small, almost invisible daily actions. But when you stack them on top of each other day after day, they become the foundation of a mind that doesn't just endure challenges, it thrives on them. This is where your transformation begins.
Hack number 1. Focus only on what you can control. The first hack is to ruthlessly, relentlessly focus only on what you can control. Just think about how much mental energy you burn every single day worrying about things you have zero influence over. The stock market, what other people think of you, political drama, whether it's going to rain on your weekend. Your focus is your most precious resource. It's like a spotlight. When you shine it on things you can't change, you're just pouring your power into a black hole. You're left feeling anxious, helpless, and weak. Mentally strong people get this. They see their energy as a finite currency and refuse to spend it on things that offer zero return. So, how do you actually do this? You perform a mental audit. The next time you feel a wave of anxiety or anger, just pause and ask yourself, is the source of this feeling inside my circle of control? Stuck in traffic? You can't control the cars in front of you, but you can control your breathing, the podcast you listen to, and how you react. Worried about a presentation next week? You can't control how your boss will react, but you can control how well you prepare. Fretting over a past mistake? You can't change what happened, but you can control what you learn from it and how you move forward. This isn't about pretending those external problems don't exist. It's about consciously redirecting your energy from the problem to your response. Every time you do this, you're taking your power back. You're making a declaration that your inner peace isn't determined by outside events. You are the one at the helm. Practice this daily, and you'll discover an ocean of energy you never knew you had.
Hack number 2. Adopt a growth mindset. The second hack is to consciously adopt a growth mindset. This is the core belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents aren't fixed traits. They can be developed through dedication and hard work. Someone with a fixed mindset sees a challenge and thinks, I can't do this, I'm just not smart enough. They see failure as a final verdict on their character. It's a dead end. But someone with a growth mindset sees the same challenge and thinks, this is hard. I don't know how to do this yet. Failure isn't a verdict. It's just data. It's feedback. It's a lesson. Every setback isn't a punishment, but preparation. This is maybe the most profound mental shift you can make. It reframes your entire relationship with difficulty. Instead of avoiding challenges to protect your ego, you start seeking them out as opportunities to grow. The daily action here is to catch and rephrase your internal monologue. When you fail at something, instead of saying, "I'm a failure," say, "Okay, that approach didn't work. What can I try next?" When you see someone else succeed, instead of feeling envy and thinking, "I'll never be that good," get curious and think, "That's amazing. How did they do that? What can I learn from them?" Your mind will become what you tell it. If you tell it it's weak and can't change, it will believe you. If you tell it that every obstacle is just a training session to make it stronger, it will rise to the occasion. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a strategic shift that turns every part of your life into a training ground for resilience.
Hack number 3. Intentionally do hard things. The third hack is to do hard things on purpose, every single day. Mental strength, just like physical strength, is built through resistance. If you spend your life always looking for the path of least resistance, your mind becomes soft. You literally train yourself to be fragile. Mentally unbreakable people don't wait around for life to throw challenges at them. They actively seek out discomfort in small, manageable doses. This builds discipline, but more importantly, it builds the self-belief that you can handle hardship. This doesn't mean you have to climb a mountain every morning. The power is in the small, daily acts of voluntary discomfort. Start your day with a cold shower. It's not about the water. It's about making the decision to do something your body is screaming at you not to do. It's a small victory over your own weakness that sets the tone for the entire day. When you're at the gym, do one more rep than you think you can. When you're on a run, go for one more minute. Push past that first voice that tells you to quit. Don't hit the snooze button. Get up when you say you're going to get up. This tiny act proves that you are in control, not your fleeting desire for more comfort. Choose to have the difficult conversation you've been putting off. Speak up in a meeting when it would be easier to stay silent. The goal is to consistently and voluntarily step outside your comfort zone. Each time you do this, you send a powerful signal to your brain. I can handle this. Over time, your tolerance for discomfort grows. And when life inevitably throws a real, unavoidable challenge your way, you won't flinch. You'll be ready because you've been training for it all along.
Hack number 4, master the pause. The fourth hack is to master the pause. This is your secret weapon against reactivity. In the tiny space between a trigger and your response, that's where your power lies. Mentally weak people collapse this space. They feel an emotion, anger, frustration, anxiety, and they react instantly. They send the angry email. They lash out. They make an impulsive decision. Mentally strong people expand this space. When they feel that trigger, they don't react. They pause. They breathe. They observe the emotion without becoming the emotion. This simple act of pausing for just 3 seconds before you respond is transformative. In that pause, you disconnect the stimulus from your default emotional reaction. It gives your rational mind a chance to catch up. You go from being a puppet of your emotions to being the director of your actions. The daily practice is simple, but it's not easy. The next time someone cuts you off in traffic and you feel that surge of rage, pause. The next time you get a critical email and you feel that knot of anxiety in your stomach, pause. The next time you're in a heated argument and you're about to say something you'll regret, just pause. In that moment, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? What is the most effective way to respond right now? Often, you'll find the best response is no response at all. You'll realize that reacting just gives your power away to the person or situation that triggered you. Mastering the pause is like building an emotional circuit breaker. It stops the surge of emotion from frying your system, letting you stay calm and in control, even in the middle of a storm.
Hack number 5. Practice gratitude as a tactical tool. Hack number 5 is to use gratitude not as some fluffy feel-good idea, but as a tactical weapon against negativity. Our brains are hardwired with a negativity bias. We are literally designed to scan for threats, problems, and what's missing. If you let it run on default, this setting leads to a state of chronic dissatisfaction and anxiety. Practicing gratitude actively rewires that programming. It forces your brain to scan for what's good, what's working, and what you have, rather than what you lack. It shifts your entire perspective from a state of scarcity to one of abundance. The daily practice is simple. Every single day, write down 3 specific things you're grateful for. And they can't be generic. Not, I'm grateful for my family. Go deeper. I'm grateful for the way my partner made me coffee this morning without me even asking. Not, I'm grateful for my job. Instead, I'm grateful for that one specific project at work that's actually challenging me and helping me grow. That specificity is what makes this work. It trains your brain to become a detective for good things. When you do this consistently, you start to change the very lens through which you see the world. You're not ignoring the negative, you're just refusing to let it dominate your entire field of vision. This practice is your shield against self-pity and victimhood. It's almost impossible to feel sorry for yourself while you are actively focusing on what you're thankful for. It becomes your anchor in stressful times, reminding you that even on hard days, there's a foundation of good to stand on. This isn't about being happy-go-lucky all the time. It's about building a mental fortress that negativity can't easily penetrate.
Hack number 6. Curate your information diet. The 6th hack is to become a ruthless curator of your information diet. Just as your body becomes what you eat, your mind becomes what you consume. If you're constantly feeding your mind a diet of outrage, fear, comparison, and drama, you can't be surprised when you feel anxious, angry, and inadequate. Social media, the 24/7 news cycle, toxic comment sections, these things aren't just stealing your time, they're stealing your mental strength. They're designed to trigger your outrage and keep you scrolling. Building an unbreakable mind requires digital discipline. This means taking active control over what you allow into your consciousness. The daily practice is simple. First, go through your social media feeds and unfollow every single account that makes you feel bad about yourself or just makes you angry. Be ruthless. Your peace of mind is more important than keeping up with someone's highlight reel. Second, schedule your news consumption. Don't start your day by doom scrolling through headlines of disaster and conflict. Give yourself 1 or 2 specific times a day to check the news, and that's it. You can be informed without being inundated. Third, replace mindless scrolling with mindful consumption. Trade 15 minutes of scrolling for 15 minutes of reading a book that helps you grow. Listen to a podcast that teaches you something new. Watch a documentary that inspires you. You are the gatekeeper of your mind. Protecting your peace isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for mental strength. When you stop letting junk information pollute your mind, you create the space for clarity, focus, and quiet confidence to finally grow.
Hack number 7. Quiet your inner critic. And the final hack is to actively quiet your inner critic. For so many of us, the harshest voice we hear all day is our own. That internal narrator is constantly pointing out our flaws, replaying our mistakes, and telling us we're not good enough. You can't build an unbreakable mind if the most vicious attacks are coming from the inside. Mentally strong people learn to distance themselves from this voice.
They recognize that their thoughts are not commands, and their inner critic is not telling the truth. A powerful daily practice comes from the research of psychologist Ethan Kross. He found that just changing the pronoun you use in your self-talk can make a massive difference. When you mess up, instead of saying, "Ugh, I'm so stupid, I can't believe I did that," try talking to yourself in the second person, like you would a friend. Say, "You made a mistake. It happens. It's not the end of the world, and you can fix this." This tiny shift from I to you creates psychological distance. It lets you step back and coach yourself through a situation rather than just beat yourself up. It turns your inner voice from a critic into a mentor. Another powerful technique is to give your inner critic a silly name. When that negative voice starts chirping, you can just say, "Okay, Steve, I hear you, but I'm not listening to you right now." It sounds ridiculous, but it externalizes the voice and reminds you that it is not you. It's just a broken thought pattern. Your inner world shapes your outer reality. If you can learn to speak to yourself with compassion and encouragement, especially when you fail, you will become truly unstoppable. You will have built a source of strength that no one can ever take away from you.
So, there you have it. 7 simple daily actions. Focus on what you control. Adopt a growth mindset. Do hard things. Master the pause. Use gratitude tactically. Curate your information diet. And quiet your inner critic. None of these require you to be a superhero. They just require you to start. The choice you have right now is the same one you'll have tomorrow. You can click away, go back to your old habits, and stay exactly where you are. Or you can make a decision. You can choose just one of these hacks and commit to it, starting today. Your future self, the one who is calm under pressure, resilient in the face of failure, and truly unbreakable, isn't built by chance. They're built by the small choices you make every single day. The journey starts now. If this video helped you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with one person you know who needs to hear this today. And for more strategies on how to build your strongest self, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me which one of these 7 hacks are you going to start with today. I'll be reading them. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.